Hi guys, it's Mark, giving you a diminished city tutorial. I'm incredibly sorry about the difficulties you've been having with the piece. It's working over here. I don't know what's going on over there. It might be helpful to see a video or a still image. If I could talk with somebody, it would be great. I'm just going to try to debug from over here the best I can. I saw a few issues come up when I was there, and I'll talk about them as we go through this. So in this video I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to go over logging in and basically starting from scratch. So here we go. I'm going to power this thing down. This is the safe way to kind of get a clean start. I'm hitting the power button. This is actually the same power button that you should be having on the iPad, same location. I click, I hold, I wait. Holding. The red bar comes down, slide across, power's off. We wait for the spinning wheel to show us that the power's off. So at this moment, what I'm going to show you right now is this is login information. This is the username and this is the password. So while you're waiting right now, if you can pause the video, pause this video and write this information down. We're going to have to enter it a little bit later, so write this information down. Alright, back to the iPhone. Here we go. I'm going to power this guy back on again. Here we are. Click once, hold, release. There we go, the Apple logo starts to come up. Wait for it. And what we're going to do in the beginning is set up the fixed location, basically setting up the GPS to where this is going to load. The only way this is going to really work is if you're logged in as a developer. Okay, so that's going to be important. Here we go. Put this over, and there we go. We're at the main kind of iOS page, and I'm going to go to the settings tab. This is this one right here, little kind of cog wheels, the gear wheels. I click on the settings once, and I actually have to back out of this for a second. Here, so this is the page that you should end up on. When I click the settings page, it should look like this. Standard iOS iPhone settings. I scroll up, and what I'm doing is I'm looking for this one called Genio right here. Genio. And what I want to do is I want to click on the Genio tab in the settings. So click once. Oops. Kind of doing this through the camera lens, which makes it a little tougher. There we are. Okay, so here we are. This is the first page which comes up. Clear cache is turned off. I'm going to turn it to on. This is not going to make or break the project, so I don't think that's the problem. Enable developer mode must be turned on. So this one right there is important. Enable developer mode must be active. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this developer mode settings. I click once. There we are. And here you go. Enabled enabled caching is off. Camera resolution is high. That's not going to again make or break this. But down here you've got longitude, latitude, longitude. At this moment it would really be best if you pause this video and write these numbers down. When you're doing this yourself, you have to enter these exact same numbers exactly as they are here, or the project will not be next to fact. It will be someplace else. So it's important that these numbers are exact. So pause the video please, write these numbers down, and then we can proceed. Next, you want to make sure that used fixed location is turned on. This is critical. If this is not turned on, the project will not work. So this is something, if this is not working and these are not working, the project will not work. Okay, so these must look the same as what I have right now. Okay, so when you do this to your page, then we're basically done. I go down here, click out, and pull across. And now what I want to do is just kind of work my way over to the Genio app. There should only be one app on that iPad, or the iPad, yeah. And it should be Genio. It should be easy to find. I'm going to click on it once. Here we go, it'll load. Now note, this is the load bar right there. See, it's loading very quickly because I have fast internet. In fact, I noticed that when people start using the internet and the Fact Cafe, I have it set to Fact Cafe right now, it takes a long time for that bar to load. I've seen it take longer than a minute when I was in Liverpool watching it. So A solution to this, and this might be the problem, would really be to move the iPad to a new Wi-Fi network. I saw a bunch of other networks related to FACT when I was there. The only one I had access to was the cafe. I think if you move it to another network and you're not sharing the bandwidth with all the common folks, you'd have a much better chance of it working, or it would work a lot faster. Okay, so I would really try to move the iPad over to a separate Wi-Fi network other than Fat Cafe, and something with a node which is closer to the installation, because Fat Cafe is on the other side of the building. Okay, so from here, what you need to do is be logged in as a developer. So to do that, I have to click on this yellow Genio symbol in the middle of the page. Yours should look exactly the same as mine. I was just using it when I was there recently. I click on that yellow Genio tab, and then I get this come up. Set of little dialog boxes. I want to go to this one that says Developer Sign Up Login. I click once. Okay, and you get to a page that looks like this. Because I'm already logged in, all my entries are in here, but when you come to this, you'll have two entry fields. One will say user, one will say password. And again, this is when I told you to pause it and write it down. Just as a reminder, this is what you're looking for right there. You can pause it again, write it down, and enter those into the username at the top, password at the bottom. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to go to back at the bottom of the page. There we are, loading it up again. Unfortunately, we're not on the diminished city layer right now. We're on Genio's main layer. So what I'm going to do is click on this little magnifying glass in the top left corner. So I'm going to click on that once. Here we are. You get a number of different options here. The one that we're going to go for, which is your best chance, is new. Unfortunately, with new, you can see you got diminished city test. That's not what you're using. You're using diminished city. We're working on the app and trying to get it better, but we're doing it on a separate one so we don't screw up the museum version. So I'm going to go here. Let's just kind of look, and I want to give you a feeling for how far you might have to go to find it. It's in here somewhere. I'm just going to keep looking. It's in here. Where are you? There we are. Okay, so I wanted to show you that just to illustrate that you might have to go down a little ways to find diminished city. Oops, I didn't mean to go to that one, but that's where it was. We were just looking. There it is, diminished city. But I had to scroll down quite a bit to get to diminished city right below my finger. So I would click on this now to load the app. So let's do that. I would like to note, just if you are not logged in as a developer, you will not see diminished city in that list. You must be logged in or you will not see it. So it's critical that you take the time to log in. Alright, so we can see that the app is loaded. I can see a bunch of stuff here. It looks good to me. Going down the street, and let's just kind of test and see if it's all working. So we get the building starting to float away. I kind of like the glitch. And we come back over here. Let's try kind of clearing everything out. But everything seems to be basically working to me. I don't see any difficulty in terms of functionality. So I'm going around here and just basically clearing everything out. There, so it basically seems to be functioning at this point. Alright, so I've cleared the entire space out. It's fairly empty right now. Little torpedo. Doesn't want to go. There we go. Away. Alright, so we're left with nothing. So what I have to do now is reconstruct. What I would say is we've noticed that using this reconstruct button takes a little while for it to work. Sometimes it might take a few clicks. It could take up to 30 seconds of clicking on the reconstruct for it to work. So I'm going to try it right now and just see if it works. I just want to say though, even if it does work right now, when I was at FACT, it was taking a little while, and I think that has something to do with the FACT Cafe Wi-Fi network. Just a slow call. So let me try to click on it. There we go. Actually, that works pretty well. So we can see the reconstruct button worked on the first try, reloaded everything. But I do want to point this out as a possible issue, the reconstruct button. If it isn't working, you might have to close out. So close out with the bottom button and then reload Genio. Go back to the search button and you could find history to reload it. I'm just going to show you another way of reloading it. Let's say that the city is empty. I can't see anything. I'm just going to clear these guys out here. I can't see anything. A fast way to get that thing reconstructed, if this button is not working, is click on the yellow Genio in the middle. And I go reload channel right there. Boom. And this will watch the little load bar. Loads real fast. Great. So everything's back up. Cool. Alright. So I'm going to clear some stuff out here. And let's say that, so let's say the reconstruct button isn't working. This other Genio button isn't working. We have to just restart. So how do I restart it from this position? Let's say it's screwed up, it's not working. A restart is really the best way to do it. I'm going to click on this little circle button at the bottom. It's going to take us out of Genio. So click once. We go back to the main menu page. Keep in mind that Genio is actually still running right now. So if I click on this icon, we're going to see the scene that I was working on come back up again. Alright, so I go down here. I just click twice on this button. It's important to watch how I do it. I'm going to click 2 times quickly.